Hey, all my crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly values, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? Hopefully, everybody is doing well. Hopefully, everybody's doing well. You know, sometimes I be wanting to talk about stuff and I don't know how to frame it with the title and all of that kind of stuff because, you know, you got to play with YouTube's algorithm and blah, blah, blah. But I got some exciting news. The first thing, ta-da! A lioness is, okay, beautiful, friendly, sensible, helpful, feminine, and loves her lion. That's the one. And, you know, of course, it comes standard with a regular tag, right? This is a ladies XL. And then I have, you guys asked for this. Unbig your back. And for this one, I actually created my tag. I put my tag on it, on the inside of it. There's nothing on the back of this one. These are just two of the shirts I wanted to create, and you know, but I have to check them for quality before I just make shirts and put them for sale without knowing what I'm selling people. So I'm going to create a few more designs. Of course, I've got something for the fellas with a lion, and you know, designs will be created as we go, right? So there's a lot that actually goes into doing it. So this is my first time, like, this is my first time creating things like this. This is a good idea too. So give me a minute. These was just the testers. So, you know, you create a design and then you have them to make it for you. And then send me a couple so that I can see how the print turns out, the quality of the shirt, the you know, the fabric itself, the quality of the print itself. You know, my name is on this stuff, quite literally. So I can't be having no crap hit the market. Talking about y'all go buy it. For what? Buy what? Okay. Okay. The second big announcement. I actually like the quality. I actually like the quality. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera, but the print quality is actually quite good. The t-shirts are a nice weight. They're not the super thin, you know what I'm saying? These about to tear up in your washing machine type. And they're not the super thick, you know how you get a t-shirt, but it's super heavy duty and it's like it's almost stiff. I don't like t-shirts like that. So this is right in the middle, a good summertime t-shirt, you know, not too thin, not too thick, but they appear to be durable. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash it. I'm gonna send it through a wash, see what happens to it. They fit pretty well. They fit as expected. So that's a woman's XL. I'll get it like a bigger size just in case they ran small, but they don't really run small. They run like a normal size. So, you got to put it through a couple of wash, because that'll really tell you the quality of a fabric is washing it. If it get crazy after a wash, Okay. The second announcement is I need everybody to mark their calendars. I'm gonna post the event on Eventbrite within a couple of days. It'll be live, so you guys can go and click on it. But we are going to have our very first crimsonite pop-up. We're gonna have the pop out for the crimsonites. Okay, we're gonna have the crimsonite pop out. And that pop out is going to be on September the 1st in New York. We're having it in the Bronx. So once I have the event up live, which is going to be in the next 24 to 48 hours, be sure to go to the site. I'm going to post it so that everyone can go and purchase their tickets. All right. We got 75 spots. That's it. So as soon as I post it, you want to hurry up and get your seat. All right. So it's going to happen on Labor Day weekend. So most people are going to have a 3-day weekend or so. Give you some time to come out. We going to commune. We going to learn, heal, and grow. Like I say on the opening of the channel. All right. We going to have a talk. We going to have a Q&A session. Okay. We may even have a group coaching session as well. So as soon as I put the event up, you'll be able to see the itinerary and things of that nature. And of course, there's going to be some food, because you can't gather no bunch of Black people together and don't feed them nothing. So it's going to be a one-day event for a few hours. 75 spots is the limit. So I'm hoping to see my Crimsonites 5 very, very, very first pop out and meet up, where we can see each other face to face, and we can actually have some building together, at least for that time. Okay. So the date is set. It's going to be September the 1st. Okay. The place, I got the event, I got everything set up. So as soon as I go live, it's going to be on Eventbrite, so that you can purchase your tickets and things of that nature. Members are going to get a discount. So no matter what level of membership you are, you're going to get a discount on the ticket price as well. So if you're not a member and you want to be a member, you want to get a discount on the ticket price, go ahead, sign up to become a member of the channel. As usual, whenever I do any promotion or anything like that, my members are either going to get a discount on something, or they're going to get first dibs on something. Okay, first come, first serve on something. So this is where we start giving our members perks as well. Okay, So those are the announcements that I have for you today. I'm actually really excited about it. Right? I'm actually really excited about it because these things have been kind of long in the making. I've been mentioning them. And, you know, I want people to think that I'm one of them people that just say I'm going to do something and then it never, ever get done. Thank you. Hey, how you doing, Devon? Say, hey, big sis, been a minute for a good cook. How you doing today? And thank you for your super sticker. I appreciate you, sweetheart. Thank you, Steve, so what it is and what it is with you. And thank you, Miss Lou Casely, for your super sticker. I appreciate you. Okay. Now that we have, I don't mind coming back to Chicago. It all kind of depends on the successes of the first meetup. You know, I don't mind traveling around to do our meetups and things of that nature, because my goal is to not just have the small meetups, the local meetups, but also to be able to come to different cities and we have a bigger venue and a whole bunch of people can come, and you know, we have maybe multiple days, sometimes a weekend, you know, what have you. That's a little bit in the future. So first we gotta crawl before we walk. So I've been having some things on my mind. I've been having some things on my mind. And I don't know if these are going to be popular shows or topics. But I've been having a lot on my mind and a lot on my heart last few days. And it has to do with the state of our community, and not just the women. Not just the women. The women are not the only ones in critical condition. The women are not the only ones in critical condition. It's a lot of our brothers. It's a lot of our brothers that's in critical condition too. Would y'all agree with that? It's a lot of our brothers that's in critical condition too. A lot of our brothers don't know. They want to do what they believe they should do. They want to live their lives and they want to lead their families and they want to raise their children. They have good intent, but so many of us don't know. So many of our brothers don't know how to do that effectively. Because we have had such an epidemic of fatherlessness, rampant single motherhood, rampant just men who have been rudderless and they're trying to find a way to do what they believe they need to do as men. And some men get to a point where they are very successful, very effective in it. And some men get to a point where they think they're effective in it and they are not. And this is not a situation of let's blame the guys now. We done talked enough about the women, so let's blame the men. I'm more wanting to go in the trajectory of we need to actually understand the solution and not just understand what the problem really is. And a lot of us still don't know. A lot of us still don't know. And one of the things that I thought about was the prevalence of these so-called dating and relationship podcasts. I don't like them. There, I said it. I don't like them. I don't like these dating and relationship podcasts. And when I say I don't like these dating and relationship podcasts, I don't just mean the dating show. I don't just mean the pop the balloons. I'm not just talking about the Kendra G show. I'm talking about all these folks from the big platforms to the smaller platforms that want to talk about relationships and don't nobody have no idea about relationships. I don't like them. I feel like they do more harm than good. And I feel like in a lot of different cases, it's the blind leading the blind. And I also feel like not only is it a lot of grifting going on, I ain't even going to touch the grifting part. But nobody is dealing with, see, my problem is nobody is dealing with the problem of the base dynamics between the men and the women. Nobody dealing with the basic dynamics of it. Here's what I mean. See, okay, let's go back a few years when our good brother Kevin Samuels was doing his thing. Okay? In my opinion, Kevin was not simply talking on his platform to try to get at women for the sake of getting at the women. You understand? See, I'm not of the opinion that he was some avatar for let's just whoop on the women's heads so that the men can feel vindicated because we just whooping on the women's heads. Now, we ain't really got no solution for it. We just gonna argue at the females because we got to get back at them because of their bad behavior. Because of Black women's collective bad behavior, now I'm just gonna have a show where I'm just whooping on their head. We ain't got no solution. I ain't gonna tell them why. I'm just gonna say your behavior bad. Wop, 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 wop. Like K-Dot said, wop, wop, wop. That, in my opinion, that was not his motive for his show. Some people took it as that, both men and women. The men was like, yeah, get him, Kevin. And the women was like, oh, he just bashing Black women because he just bashing them. I never saw it that way, because he would have deeper conversations with these women about their mindset and their perspective and why they see things the way that they do, and trying in his way to point out why the perspectives were problematic and why their behavior was problematic to them. Not even so much to the men, but their perspective and how they were going around was problematic to them. And of course, people gonna take stuff the way they take stuff, but that was what I took away from his overall body of work. And you didn't have to agree with every point that he ever made. But the reason why I'm speaking on Brother Kevin Samuels is because of his popularity that he gained. A lot of his ideas and a lot of his language was introduced into the lexicon. But the meaning was lost. I need y'all to come with me down this road. Things were misconstrued, misunderstood, if they were ever understood. And then currently, a lot of the so-called talking points have lost their potency because people not using them right. Like the high value man. That's to me is one of the most misconstrued things that he talked about. Because even I find that some of the guys misunderstood that. It wasn't just about a man that earned a specific amount of money. It wasn't just about the money that a man earned. It was also about who that man is that even allowed him to be in a position to accumulate wealth. And because so much was lost in the let me try to say what he said and all of those types of things without actually understanding what he meant by that or the context of what he was talking about, all of that stuff got lost in the shuffle. Right? So a lot of what he talked about, a lot of that language and a lot of the lexicon a lot of that language and the words got popularized and it was introduced into the lexicon, with a lot of people not even bothering to understand the context under which he was saying those things and what those things actually meant. Okay? So the problem is not only that people are promoting words and quote unquote the concepts without any real understanding. I find the bigger problem to be that they don't want the deeper understanding. See, it's too many talking points. Too many talking points. Too many talking points. Not enough understanding. Too many talking points. Not enough critical thinking about what we're saying and why we're saying it. Don't even want to know why they saying. Not critically thinking about the talking points. The talking points sound good in a certain sense, so you deal with them. But how do these things apply in real time in people's real lives? How does this is why I don't like the podcast, because it's too many talking points and not enough critical thinking about how these things play out in real time. What's being said here? And why is it being said? To what end is it being said? Who is it helping once it is said? Are we saying stuff to get back at? Or are we saying things to heal? Do we have podcasts that are here to perpetuate the blame game? Well, you're more at fault for the breakdown of the interpersonal dynamics between Black men and Black women than we are. No. You're more at fault for the breakdown. It's like the Spider-Man meme. The part that I don't like is that nobody's talking about how to heal it for real. Because most of the people that's talking still coming from the lost value system mindset to begin with. So you don't know what you're talking about. Too many people talking. Ain't figured out value systems yet. Have not figured out how to heal you first. Talking points, but no solution. Talking points, no critical thinking about how that actually works. Because on the one hand, see, I don't like when talking points lose the reason why they were spoken in the first place. I don't like when the context is lost. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. On the one hand, we tell women that she doesn't have a lot of value if no one ever wanted to marry her. If a woman get to a certain age and no one has ever married her, or she's never been chosen by anyone for any real relationship, then we say she has lost a lot of her value as a woman. Am I right or wrong? So then we say that a lot of her value is in her marriageability. And then on the other hand, we tell men don't get married. Don't get married. Don't marry nobody. Don't never marry nobody. And I don't like it when the context is lost. Because what becomes the understanding is that women should be striving to be wifeable, wife material. And the men should not strive to be husbands. Who the wives gonna be wives to? We preparing them for wifehood to do what with it? Be wifeable to who? And for what reason? If we tell the women to be wife material, you should behave better as women, as a group of women. You need to have better behavior, better values. Respect yourself more. Don't have multiple babies and multiple baby daddies. And all of those are good things. That's not bad advice. I say it all the time. Not bad advice. There's nothing bad about that advice. And then we'll tell the men, don't bother. Now, the part that we not saying is what's bad about them. What made the marriage contract bad? What made that bad? Because, see, we just gonna go there, right? The problem is, and has always been, inviting the state into your business. That's the problem. Not the institution of family creation. Maybe we should change the word. Maybe we should change the word. The institution of creating the family is actually what we should be striving for. And when we start talking about creating a structured family unit based on a foundation of spirituality and values, now we get looked at cockeyed. If you if you stop inviting the state into your business, you wouldn't have a problem. That's that that's where the problem is at. Because the state does not help us build family. I don't care who is helped by the state. I maintain that the Black family or the lack thereof is absolute proof that the state has been complicit in the very destruction of our family units, not in its building. So us running down to a office to invite the state into our business that's between me, the husband, the family, and God. And before we even get to the marriage part, many of us, and this is why I'm talking about not changing the base dynamic of the interpersonal relationship, too many of us are still in the lost value system anyway. So we don't even know how to vet each other. We don't even know how to vet each other. You can have the best intention. The saying goes, the road to hell is paved with good intention. So we're not clear in our spiritual stance and in the stance of our values. We're not clear. We're not clear. As a group, we're not clear. And we have not been clear in this country in a very, very long time. We have not been clear. So we don't understand the trauma in us that's not healed. We don't understand what's wrong with us. So we can't see what's wrong with somebody else. People ask, how do I know when I that somebody is a lion or a lioness? How I know? You want to know how you know? Put a 1 in the chat if you want to know how you know. Want to know how you know? Want to know how you know? You got to be one. You got to be a lion or a lioness. What we used to say as little kids, take one to know one. Take one to know one. It take one to know one. Beloved, take one to know one. You got to be who you trying to get. And a lot of times that falls like empty words. Like, what do that mean? It take one to know one. If you can't see who the lions are, maybe you're not a lioness. Or you need to get clear about it. And if you can't tell who the lionesses are, you might not be a lion. Or you need to get clear about it. We got a sickness that we don't want to talk about. We don't want to talk about it for real. We don't want to talk about it for real. I'm gonna go to a commercial break because we actually got a lot to talk about. So after these messages, we'll be right back. I need everybody to click the link at the top of the chat with ashkicking.com if you are trying to look your best in this summertime heat, okay? And keep your skin moisturized and hydrated. Then one of your best steps that you're going to make is to go to ashkicking.com and pick up their body care line, particularly their body butter, which I'm in love with. And if this is going to be your very first order, please take advantage of the 10% discount using the promo code Crimson. Put that in at checkout so that you can get your promotion and your 10% off. Once again, hit the link at the top of the chat for ashkicking.com. I don't know how many likes I need, but I owe you guys a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button. Bam, bam. You got to go ahead and hit the like button. Let me go through the super chats. Thank you so much, Theo Johnson. I appreciate just the love of the support. Thank you so much. Thank you, Vampire Hunter said meetups sound really cool. Please make sure your security is tight. You are a national treasure on the level of Shahrazad Ali. That's an honor. Thank you so much. And security be tight. To security. Ain't nobody. I have a lot of problems trying to get past A lot of problems. Thank you. My name says shout out. That's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Alex from TMR Radio says so many sons of Kevin have entirely lost the message he was trying to get out there. It's truly sad to see his legacy dissipate like that. Thank you so much, because that's kind of what I was getting at. Thank you, Mogul says speaking facts. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Thank you, Antonine said the book The Power of Now or A New Earth by Eckhart Tolle explains how humans just continue to dive deeper into identification. These terms just move into the ego structure, edging God out. The more we identify high or low, we fall into duality. Thank you so much. Thank you, MR Newgrew says, Sister Kendra, glad I was able to catch a show. He was trucking down in Atlanta. Okay, you be careful, sweetheart. And thank you again, Antonine, for the super sticker. I appreciate you. And thank you, Bernard said the social contract has been shredded. A new one is being drafted. Should Black men try to reason with Black women or simply find another option? Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for your support. And thank you, Tristan. I've noticed a lot of people say what the opposite sex isn't, but when you sit and listen to them, they aren't what they say they want. Shaking my head. Relationships, friendships, simply put, be what you say you want. Thank you so much. One of the other issues that I see with the whole podcast thing was that, to this point, to Tristan's point, it has devolved from let's examine the issues and get to the root of the issues to see perhaps can we deal with it at some point, into we just gonna complain about it. We're just going to have an echo chamber, and we are going to have repetitive complaints about it. And we're going to have circular conversations about it. We're going to hammer the bad behavior specifically of women. And then we're going to follow that up and say that this is a problem that has no solution at all. And therefore, that's the green light to hammer away at a situation with no solution. See, this is why I get actually offended when people come to my comment section and say, well, you just talked about the problem and you don't have no solutions. I get very offended by that, because fleshing out an issue turns into complaining and whining when there's no end in sight. If nobody thinks about, well, why is it really like that? Why is it really like that? If nobody says that, why is it really like this though? Everybody's having an issue with it in some capacity. In some capacity, the dysfunction of our collective community has affected us. We either came from a dysfunctional family, we created a dysfunctional family, or we're distant from everybody. So now we think we're not dysfunctional because it's above us now. It's a myriad of ways in which we have been affected. We have given rise to a group of women who set their value in whoredom and sex. We've created a subsection of men that don't understand leadership because they never saw it. So they're sitting there trying to cobble together what they think it's supposed to look like. And like I said before, some men ended up getting it down pat, and some men not so much. too many of us lost in this lost value system. What's worse is that too many of us are lost in the lost value system. We know we lost in it and don't want to come out of it. That's where the problem is at. Don't want to come out. And it's not just the women in it. Do we honestly believe that there are only females in that boneyard? Who they procreating with? We think it's only females in that boneyard. Huh? Only females in that boneyard. Huh? That's an all-female boneyard. Who we think they procreating with? Who we think they being dysfunctional with? Because part of the problem is some of the men are lions, right? And they saying, I'm not putting up with no hyena. I'm just going to find me a lioness somewhere. I'm done with even all of this foolishness. You know, I understand what my value system is supposed to be. I'm doing my best to live that out. And I'm going to try to do the best that I can with that. I may make some mistakes along the way. Nobody's perfect. I'm gonna do that. And then you know what else is the issue? You got the hyena males talking about they gonna do the same thing. We done. Sir, who you done with? Who you done with, sir? We done with all these crazy black women. You know you crazy too, right? You don't know you crazy? You know you dysfunctional as well, right? You don't know that? Where you going? What you mad at? What you upset with? You know, you like all that foolishness too, right? You contribute to it. You wallow in it with them. So who you leaving behind? You coming out the boneyard to go somewhere else to try to recreate the boneyard where you came from? You gonna try to come out the boneyard with no healing or nothing? Lord, just go somewhere and spread that boneyard business somewhere else. Just like a hyena always talking about how she want to go get a good man for what? Get a good man to do what with him? What you mad at? What you want another kind of man for? You like the foolishness that go on with that man. Why are you over here trying to get other men to do what? I don't understand. What you trying to get? What you trying to get done? I feel the same way about hyena males. You coming out the boneyard to do what? Try to mess up a lioness's life? That what you doing? Because everywhere you go, there you are. Oh, we got to talk about it today. We got to talk about it today. Hmm. See, there may be hope But you got to get clear. This is what I mean by if you are a lion or a lioness that's still shaky, you got to get clear about that. You got to get clear about that. Get clear about being a lioness. Get clear about being a lion. Because you can't have one foot in the boneyard and one on Pride Rock. Can't do it. Here's the other thing. We trying to get together and we don't even know what we trying to get together for. We trying to get together and we don't even know what we trying to get together for. Know how I know that is circular and it's not gonna be rooted into nothing? Because we still talking about dating and hoeing. We still talking about dating and hoeing. We still talking about that. We still talking about how to have broken families. That's what we still talking about. Because we not talking about getting clear spiritually. We ain't talking about that. Who talking about that? We're not talking about getting clear spiritually, mind and heart. Getting clear on the foolishness. Which part of your life has been foolishness? Everybody want to get on here and everybody on here is either rich or perfect. Everybody on here is either rich or perfect. Ain't got no major problems. When did you do your work? When did you do your work? At what point in your life did you do a spiritual journey of truth and discovery to figure out which part of your life was foolishness? Because see, as a lioness, the reason I'm clear now is because I did work to figure out at what point in my life was I engaged in foolishness. Huh? At what part in your life was you broken and acting a fool? Huh? Which part of you had boneyard tendencies that you had to discover and understand that if I want to be a full-fledged lioness in my feminine power, then I'm going to have to discover and understand and accept accountability for my foolishness and stop doing it. No excuses. Stop doing it. Figure out why you doing that. Get to the root of it. Work on it, and then don't go back to that behavior. Don't go back. See, I wasn't nowhere trying to figure out how I can be a whore and married at the same time. Huh? You got to figure out that certain things can't exist in the same space. You don't get to, as a woman, you don't get to figure out how you can be a lioness and dishonor your husband's leadership at the same time. You can't do it. You can't do it. You either gonna have to give up the behavior or give up the title of lioness. One of the two, because you can't do both. Can't do both. Huh? You're gonna have to figure out which one you gonna do. You don't get to be a lion, but you ain't got control. You don't have no leadership. Just throw your hands up in the air. Because your life ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing. And your family life ain't what it's supposed to be. And you got chaos everywhere. And it's been 15 years and you ain't been able to get a handle on it yet. You either gonna have to figure out which part of you is on foolishness and which part gonna be a lion. Might not like me tonight. I don't know. But we gonna have to get down to the root of what's happening here. And why is it happening? Get Dark Shadow out now, please. We're gonna have to get down to We want the poison out or not? It's okay to get the poison out long as it don't touch me. It's all right to get the poison out long as you don't touch me, long as I'm not uncomfortable. It's all right to fix things as long as somebody else fix it. That's our problem. That's one of our problems as Black people. We be knowing something is a problem, and then we also feel like it ain't our responsibility to fix it. But be mad when it don't be fixed. We got a big problem with that. Oh, I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to my people. We got a big issue with knowing it's a problem. Everybody can see it's a problem. And then simultaneously feeling like somebody else's responsibility to come fix it. It ain't my problem. Why I gotta do it? Why do I have to lift a finger? It should just get fixed. While you looking at me. Why I gotta save all y'all? What you did for me? You ain't ever did nothing for me. So what I'm saving you for? What I'm gonna help you for? Help you how? Why? What I'm gonna get out of it? We got a savior's complex. We think somebody gotta come save us. We don't think it's our job. And I'm not even talking about necessarily the community. I am talking about fixing the community, but we don't like doing it for ourselves. We'll see a problem in our personal life and think somebody's supposed to come do it. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying today. Tell me I'm lying. We'll have a personal problem in our personal lives that done plagued us for 35 years, and we'll swear down somebody else got to come do it. Because, why? I mean, I ain't put it there, but it may not be your fault. We don't understand. It might not be your fault, but it's certainly your problem. We don't understand it. We think if it's not our fault, we shouldn't have no responsibility in fixing it. But you suffer from the problem, do you not? That's why we suffer so bad for generational curses, because don't nobody got the courage to break them. Everybody feel like it's somebody else's responsibility to break the curse. When it's yours. It was my responsibility to break the generational curses in my family. It was my responsibility. Did I put them in motion? No. They was in motion long before I was thought of. What my mama went through and what her mama went through and what her mama's mama went through and all her brothers and sisters went through, and I didn't have nothing to do with me. Nothing. I didn't put that in motion. I didn't set it up. I didn't even know about it. But when I became an adult woman, old enough to discover that there were indeed generational curses here, it became immediately my responsibility to do it. Nobody else's. Nobody else. Because you know why? Ain't nobody gonna come save me. Save me to do what? When? Who? Who? Huh? Who? Who gonna come? Who gonna come? sit you on their lap and say, oh, baby, it ain't. Okay. And once they get, let's say somebody do that. Once they do that, and now what? Let's say somebody do come do that for you. And then what? We like talking about changes, but we don't like implementing changes because it's uncomfortable. We don't like uncomfortable. We don't like being out of our comfort zone. We don't like being challenged on what we think we know. We don't like being challenged on what we think we believe. We don't like that. We don't like being challenged on our decisions that we done made and why we made them. We don't even like to be asked why you do that. What you mean why I'm doing? Yeah, why did you do? You even know why you doing what you doing? Do you even know why you do what you do? Huh? Do you know why you make decisions that you make? Do you know why you move in the way you move? And do you know? Do you know? Do you even know why? Why you think the way you be thinking? Why do you see the world the way you see it? Why you move through life the way you move? We don't even like that question. We don't even like that question. Why did you do that? We get offended. We get deeply offended. Why did you do that? We get offended. We don't like that at all. Because then we get to looking at, well, why you asking? Who you think you is? Who you is to be asking me that? Well, what was you doing? Deflection. Thank you, DG, for becoming a member and your contribution. Thank you so much.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Also, thank you, Gary, for becoming a new member as well.
But now you have been promoted. You are now one of my elite employees.
Thank you so much, Ray. So there's a certain person you know that seems to go, we can't beat them, so I'm going to be a part of the system. Thank you, HVAC said, exactly. These simps are staying right there. These other races of women will have you deleted or locked up for that tomfoolery. Thank you, Alex from TMR. So I have a theory. I call it Frankenstein's monster, the piecemeal man who cobbles together his idea of masculinity from different sources to create his identity due to fatherlessness. Thank you, Bernard. So I think these podcasts are an attempt, albeit flawed, to hammer out a new contract to include grievances from both sides. And thank you once again, said Bingo Crimson. In this contract negotiation, women want men to accept this lost value system as a modus operandi, and men are either pandering or playing trash can b-ball with that draft. Thank you. You can't see me. Said been a while, Miss CC. Thank you so much for educating women in our community. No problem. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody who participated and listened today. I did get a few cash apps, so I want to thank everyone who sent a cash app. Thank you, DS sent a cash app, and a couple other people. SH sent a cash app as well. So I want to thank everybody for their contributions, no matter how you contributed. We're going to be doing this. We're going to be doing this. And I'm going to try to keep this aspect up from here on out, because we just need the healing. We need the healing. And I don't care if you talking about healing the community, or you feel like you don't need to, whatever. We need the healing individually. We need the healing individually, if nothing else. If nothing else. Anyways, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your hostess, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.